Good. Good. Afternoon, chat. Hello. I'm just making a coffee quick. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Get comfy. Get your coffees ready. Feet up, relax, do your work, whatever it is that you need to be doing. Hello peeps, how are we today? How's everyone doing? How are we? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. I thought I'd do like a little bit of a sort out in the loft and bring down like just a bunch of Nintendo Switches that I've got. And if I, you know, eventually end up making a video out of how many Nintendo Switches I have that I could potentially sell and look to make some money based on fixes that I wasn't able to do before. Whether that be APU reballs or, you know, whatever it is. So yeah, I thought we could do that today. What do you think, chat? Try and make some cash out of the loft. You like that idea? That would be quite cool. Plus, I can see what else I've obviously got there as well. Cash in the attic. Ooh, I like it. What about my hair? What can we call it? Instead of cash in the attic, what can we call it? Trying to think of something really funny and witty. It's just not me though, is it? I'm just not funny and witty. What do you think? No more profit or lose. No more restrictions. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly that. For now, anyway. For now. I've just seen the best. Christian. That's incredible. Profit or Loft? I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think that's wicked. Yeah, Profit or Loft. It's like I got a lisp. Welcome, peeps. Welcome. MKU was on the right track for that as well. Oh, there we go. Oh, coffee needs to hit my brain. Chat. I hit a new personal bench press today. A new personal best on the bench press. Pog.
Hope you're doing well, Joey Hart.
I'm doing good. It's because I only managed to do 3 days of exercise last week, which isn't great, but I had a few different things. Like January's been really good for me in terms of exercise and stuff, but this last week has been quite busy, just not like good busy, like good busy, you know. So yeah, last week I only managed to get like exercise done 3 days. One of them was squash and 2 of them were gym. So a little bit less than I obviously would like. Usually I aim for 4 to 5. And what's really good is that because of that though, I actually think I was really well rested. You know? So I think because I was really well rested and my muscles had like chilled out, I felt good today. I was like, I'm going to go in heavy. It was only about a 40-minute workout, so it wasn't too much. But it was like heavy lifts today, you know? So it was longer rests in between the reps, so it doesn't look like too many exercises have been done. But it felt good. But the PB was 10 reps of 80 kg is where we're at. So I think now that I've done 10 reps of 80, I think I could do 1 rep of 100. I think I could. I think. Now, for those who are like, who do exercise and they go gym.
Hi, Joey.
$10?
You recently, and I find your repairs really interesting and entertaining. Much love, less than 3.
You are more than welcome. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Lord, the glove above on a dove. Thank you. Thank you so much. And Fire Zone coming in with a tier 1 for 23 months. My guy, thank you. I appreciate you. Nearly 24 months, by the way. 2 years is crazy. This is when I went full time on Twitch. So starting to see that a bit more, you know, like the 24 months are coming up for a lot of the OGs. So thank you guys. But yeah, Shatter, $10 super chat is no joke. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yo, to Ryan. Let's go. Coming in with a tier 1 support. Thank you, my guy. I appreciate that. Again, much love. Thank you. Hype train incoming. Thank you. That means a lot. I appreciate you. So yeah, 80 kg for 10 reps. I don't think I'm really trying to push myself at the moment as well in terms of whilst I'm look guys, look at my neck. Can you see I'm putting on quite a bit of weight again? So I'm almost at my 90 kg. I said once I get to 90 kg, that's when I'm going for another cut, is when I hit 90 kg. And I'm nearly there, to be fair. And I haven't cut since like properly July, August sort of situation. So
hey Joey, first time
I'm looking forward to it.
Stream.
Wow.
I have been checking out your videos.
Let's go to Ryan. First time you tune into a stream and you come in with a tier 1 subscription and 1,000 bits equivalent to $10 in my pocket. Thank you very much. That's incredibly kind of you. What? Thank you. Welcome. That's so kind. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. That's very kind of you. You don't have to do that. You just being here really helps. So thank you. Big shout out to Ryan. Thank you. Yo, we got a big PLD as well. It has been a while. Do you know what? Paul's one of those people that let me say this. Paul's one of those people, it's like, I don't speak to you for a while because just life. And we're both adult enough to know and respect that. But it's almost like he never leaves. Do you know what I mean? That's how I feel with Paul. So I hope you're doing well, mate. I hope you're good. I hope everything's good. I hope business is good. I hope the fam is good. Cats, all of that stuff. Hope you're well. And I miss you. Rusty Bones, welcome. Big fan of everything I've seen, so happy to support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, you're the #1 bit leader. So would you look at that? You're the #1 bit leader. Lovely jubbly. Chill and relax. Welcome, pal. We got Tony. We got laptop disassembly. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tom's in here. We got Russ, Max, Bodge. Matt's in here. How you doing, Matt? You okay? Who else we got? Katina. Welcome. If you want to say hello, chat, feel free. Edcat, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that. Red Sun, welcome. MK, how's everything going for you at the moment, my guy? I think I saw one of your videos recently. I don't know if it was a video or a short. It came across my feed, and it was about you know, the new tip for the controllers. I saw you done that. I look pretty cool. So good job, keep up. Alien Hunter, welcome. How are you? Mick Rick, afternoon. How are you? HD Nugget coming in as well with the sexiest badge. My guy, how are you today? You okay? Garbage says, always a great feeling when I'm working out and I finally hit that next weight up, been pushing off, and it turns out to be easier than I thought it would be. Yeah, honestly, that's how I felt with 80 kg. But I think what stopped me actually progressing with like the bar was that when I last done 80 kg, I only managed 4 reps. And I think when I done that 4 reps, my wrists nearly caved. So like they kind of like slipped a little bit on the bar. And I was like, whoa, that was horrible.
And now 5 months. Joey do 6. Hey Joey do 6 pod at a T17HAPPY.
My guy, Additive Atom, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 5 months. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. How are you today? So yeah, my wrists went when I done like previous 80 kg. So when my wrists went, I was like, oh, that's not good, because it almost buckled. So I think maybe I had that in my head as well. But it's been a few months now since I'd done bench press. So I thought I'll give it a go. And then, yeah, I was able to get the 10 for 80. So I was happy with that. Claw, welcome. How are you? Snakes again. Things went crazy. Thankfully safe. Oh, okay, fine. Wow. Not lucky with those snakes, mate, hey? What was it? Just like was it like an injection to stop the venom and stuff? Or one from Canada? So jealous that you're in Canada. Congrats on the fix or flop competition. Should try phones next. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nate, how are you today? MS Blind's in here as well. Welcome. Damien, my guy. Thank you very much for the 5 bits. I appreciate you. Doing great. Thanks. Good stuff. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yo, Asmo coming in with a prime for 7 months. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Very kind. Ed says, seen a few of your videos. First live, been browsing Amazon, AliExpress to start learning myself. Love the room tour video. It was really helpful. You're more than welcome. Thank you. Exclamation mark tools in the chat if you fancy getting yourself any of that equipment. Anything you purchase gives me a little bit of a kickback and support, so thank you very much in advance if you do. Obviously, no pressure. Yo, to Ryan, what's going on? 200 bits. That's 1,200 bits. And a sub. Mate, it's crazy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. And we're on a hype train as well. So thank you. It's edging the hype train along. Thank you. Nate, best of luck. Good luck with your work day, my friend. I got an exploding phone to work on today, Lord of Glove. Did you like the doc I put up on school about lithium batteries? I haven't seen it yet. I saw that you've posted it, but I haven't actually looked into it and seen it yet. Edcat, subscriber to Prime. Lord Glove, thank you very much, Ed. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. It's safe to say, what I will say, chat, is that I'm extremely grateful for the people who have purchased the fundamentals course on school. Thank you. It's been a lot more successful than the previous ones. So, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's done a lot better than the previous ones. So, it's good. Really, really good. Garbage has gifted a tier 1 sub to Benny George. Thank you very much, Garbage. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Tea or coffee, Lord the Glove? Yeah, has to be coffee. Has to be coffee. I do like tea, though. That's not like anything against tea. I love tea. I absolutely love tea. But coffee just wins that race for me. Just wins that race.
Good afternoon, Joey, et al.
Oral, my guy. Thank you very much for the prime. See what I did there? Thank you very much for the prime for 17 months. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Had your videos come across my feed a lot lately, potentially because I've been dabbing in a few repairs, and I have to say, learn a bit from you and your content. Keep it coming, real inspiring stuff. Thank you so much, Zoot. I appreciate you. That's very kind. Thank you. Coffee for me, herbal tea in the evening to come. My mind before bed. I was thinking, what I should look to do, right, is I get so many people message me about repairs. So much chat. It's probably the number one thing is like, other than how do I get into this, is can you please do this for me? I say number one thing is like, can you please repair this for me? Can I send this to you? Paid service, like I just, could you fix this for me? Blah blah. I always get it. And I should really, Bodge gifting a tier 1 sub to MS Blind. That's what I call love. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Bodge. Thank you. What I should really look to do is set up some sort of affiliate with another shop. So I need to ideally find somewhere that's local, that has the tech to set up some sort of affiliation like that, and I can just send people through to them. The thing is, there's a big element of trust there, right? So the reason I've not done that before is because, or I don't have it on an automated message or anything like that, is because I need to make sure that the repairs that are done in a timely manner, to a good standard, and a bunch of other things. So yeah, I should probably look into that though. Because there's a lot of repair queries that I get that could help some businesses out, So tricky to recommend someone when it reflects your own rep. That's the exact issue that I have. And it just feels like a bit of wasted opportunity, It feels like a bit of wasted opportunity for A, people to get their stuff fixed, and B, for my business to earn some affiliate revenue through that or something, Yeah, it could ruin your own reputation by something out of your control. Yeah. It's true, but there's good people out there as well. There's good repair shops. I know there is. You know, people that I have in the community that tell me about their repair shops and stuff. I trust them. Just trying to find the right one with the tech that would obviously be able to support that as well, What am I fixing today? We're going to look at some Nintendo Switches. I'm going to grab some down from the loft and see if I can fix any of them. Potentially stuff that I wasn't able to fix previously, or even stuff that I just went, I haven't got time to fix this. I'm going to try and look at in today's video. I've got a couple that are next to me right here. Also just means I'm going to have a bunch of parts, right? Also just means I'm going to have so many parts. If I am sweating, chat, if I have sweat patches, it's because I've been to the gym. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not showered yet because I wanted to stream. Is that bad? I smell nice. I still smell quite nice, to be fair. I think today's an extra stream, Miro. I'm pretty sure. Have you still got your stream streak? Thank you very much for the hype train level 3, by the way, chat. I appreciate you. 62%. 30 seconds left on the clock. Level 3, thank you. I do, crazy. No, the APU is not continued. No, the APU is done for. The one that we took off and it had those rip pads, done for. The one time I didn't say hello, stinky people. Yep, true. I'm not, again, not stinky, just I wouldn't even say ripe, I would just say, I don't know. Let's move on. So what's your repairing now then? We're going to go on another Nintendo Switch. Fragrant. Yeah, I'd say fragrant. Yeah, like a nice, this can sound really weird, right? When you smell BO. When you smell BO and you're like, that's BO. You know what I mean? When you can smell it on other people and you sometimes smell it on yourself, whatever. You can smell it, you're like, oof. I'll give you an example. Last week, I ran out of deodorant. And I thought, I'm going to try and go natural because people out there saying that deodorant ruins your skin, all these things. I thought, no, I'll go natural. And by next day, I was like, okay. I was like, it's not happening. You know what I mean? So I showered and stuff, but it's just like, I don't know. There's a bodily odor sometimes that just shouldn't be exposed. Food shops? No. Mrs. JDT, she said she couldn't smell anything. I think I was very conscious of it because I had consciously made the decision of not putting deodorant on, if that makes sense, because I didn't have it, and I thought, oh, it is what it is. We'll just get some next time we're at a shop. Instead of like Amazon Prime or going to get it, I was like, let's just see what happens. Poor cats. Yeah, true. Do you know what? To be fair, I thought they was off of me the last couple of days. And it could have been off, if you see what I'm saying. So yeah, it's not that sort of smell. I'm not talking BO. I'm talking like, you know, sometimes, what do they call it, chat? Like pheromones? Is that what it is? Is that from a lady to a man, or is that from a man to a lady? Like when pheromones are released. I kind of have a bit of that smell. So it's not BO, because it's actually mixed with my deodorant prior to this morning. So it's quite like a nice smell. It's like I've worked out. It's like a hard work smell, not BO. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand? Yeah, I should have moved on. Yeah. Stop while you're ahead. Yeah. Am I ahead? Am I ahead? I don't think so. I don't think so. I have 1,100. Wait, 1,215. Oh, I thought you said 1,215 amp. I was like, what? You have a 1215A PS5. Do you think I need to worry about dry spot or oxidation? I'm wondering, should I break open my PS5 even though it works as it should? Do you know what? It's a very good question, Eric. And I would say, if you're not confident in doing so, don't do it, and take it to a repair shop that can give it a bit of an MOT. The real question is, how long have you had it? Because I'd advise that maybe after a year of having it, it would be beneficial to have at least the thermal paste respread, or if you're not going to do that, get some of the dust bunnies out if you can see some dust bunnies. If that makes sense. But I would, yeah, if you're not confident enough to do, funny enough, have a video on how to take apart your PS5 and clean it. So that is on my channel. It's one of my most viewed videos. So have a look at that if you want. It's completely up to you. I've had it 3 years. I would definitely give it a bit of an MOT and a service, mate. Yeah. Now, knowing the type of streams that MK has, MK, I'm sure you can relate to our conversation that I was just having, right? It's meant to be attractive. I was in times before showers, etc. We would all died out. Everyone was spider stink. Yeah. He stinks. No, I didn't. I don't mean it by that. I didn't say what. Roger, I didn't mean that looking at his streams, I assume that he smells. What are you talking about? Where have you got that from? Stop putting words in my mouth. I'm sure you smell of absolute flowers, MK. Yeah, smell of success. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at our first device that I pulled down from the loft. I have no idea if it works or not. So I'm going to end up with a bunch of parts here. I'm just trying to think about realistically what's going to be the best way to deal with them. Now, I've got a tub of Nintendo Switch screws that... Actually, do you know what? Let's do that now. I'm going to grab my tub because I don't think it's necessarily too bad compared to what, like, PS5s, like, for example. That's my Switch one. That seems like... Do you know what? It's probably because a lot of my Switch screws are just dotted around places. But this doesn't seem bad. This doesn't seem bad at all, this little box, you know? So let's just do this, shall we? Let's just put all of our screws in here for the Switch. And use this. And then for the parts... This is my issue. Chat, I can't sell this. Like, yeah. Yeah. Right, look. Okay, just to confirm. This is not for a Switch, chat. This is for, I think, an original Xbox One or Xbox One S. Okay? This is... Oh, it's not... Yeah, it is Xbox One S. Oh, no, actually, that might even be Xbox One X, to be fair. I think that might be X. It's either S or X. Anyway. Oh. Yo! Mattress coming up with a piranha. Mattress, what a name, by the way. Thank you very much for the 5 months in a row. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you. Thank you. Love the content. Wondering if you could do a guide on controller repair or joystick replacement. I am tempted. Yep, I'm tempted to do one. Just the Joey weight. Yep, I'm tempted to do that, my friend. It's not in the works yet, if I'm being honest. And I think my next guide on school is probably going to be soldering, iron, and hot air fundamentals. I think, as in like best practices. I don't know whether to do them separate, chat, and just reduce the price, or whether to do a larger course and do it as one. Because I feel like if you're somebody who's learning how to solder, would you require hot air? But my point is that I actually use hot air more than what I do soldering. So if anything, they go hand in hand. But more so, I feel like I use my hot air more. So I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Would you separate or together? Soldering and hot air fundamentals. Should I have like hot air fundamentals and then a separate one for soldering fundamentals and just split the course and have them $20 each or something? I say together. Lyle, welcome, buddy. Yeah, it should be pinned as well. There's a pin post about it. Thank you. All in one, together, split. Yeah, it's a tough one. First time I've been here for a while. First time I've been here for a live, sorry. Johannes, welcome. How are you? I've read and Steve says that the 1100 and 1000 models are supposed to be bad for dry spots. No. Eric, in my opinion, well, yeah, obviously that's anyone's opinion. My opinion personally is that they all have dry spots. In my opinion. As somebody who's worked on all of them that have been out for even a year, less than, I've seen dry spots on all of them. Some of them don't. Some of them are all right. But majority have dry spots. Didn't expect in the span of 48 hours I'd go from using repair playlists as podcast background and to have on whilst gaming. Now catching a live stream. Let's go! Bodge, I'm just going to say, you know that he said split, right? Glossu, by the way, that's amazing. That makes me very, very happy. My bank balance hates you. Sorry. Sorry. I've always been passionate about tech, but your videos have literally made me buy a heat station, a soldering iron, power tester, digital microscope, and on and on and on. Oh, sorry. Man. Yeah, do you know what? A lot of people's other halves hate me. Not necessarily hate. I think that's a bit of a strong word. But I got a message, chat. Listen to this. I got a message on Instagram a couple days ago. Listen to this. Ready? This was the message. I hear your voice through my boyfriend's phone every night before bed, and I'm positive he is praying for the downfall of his Switch so he can send it in to you. I said, hi, that made me smile, thank you. And then they said, no problem. You're basically part of the family. I'll take it. I'll take it. So what I'm saying, chat, is I can't sell these bits, can I? I mean, it would just take me such a long time. I can't sell them. I can't. It's just no point. So things like this are like worth just saving up in the stock. Same for like the EMMCs and other bits and bobs. The boards specifically, I guess, for the EMMCs rather than the actual EMMC itself. So it's just a little bit like a lot of this is rubbish. Because to be honest, I'm never, from what I've seen, I don't think I ever have. I don't think I've ever replaced a heatsink on a Switch. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know if there's anybody out there. Has anybody out there replaced a heatsink on a Nintendo Switch? If it's bent, I guess. But the copper heatsink, has anybody actually replaced it? If so, I need to hear the story. Why? Hello, Joe from France. I've become a big fan of the channel and the streams of the last month. Probably 100 videos watched. I'd like to buy a microscope. Do you have any recommendation? Nelson! Exclamation mark tools or exclamation mark microscope if you want to get specific. And there'll be recommendations there, my friend. Thank you very much, Nelson. I appreciate that. Heatsink always bends. The sink tubes bend. Yeah, I know they bend easy, but I mean, they shouldn't really bend. If they're in a switch, they shouldn't really be bent unless the switch is bent. But usually when a switch bends, this copper heatsink runs vertically, so it wouldn't bend, you know? And I've never seen a switch bend this way. You know what I mean? Joe says, I can 100% agree. The microscope Joey suggests is fantastic. Tried and tested. Thank you. Thank you. Bit random, but I imagine my pure anger when I had the great idea of fixing my Pixel 7 only to realize Google decided to force all the bio and camera tech into the screen config. Just not worth it. Yep. Yep. Clearly, I haven't had customers with children bending the thing backwards like a crazy man with a hat. It's just not possible. Chat, if you think a child can bend a Nintendo Switch this way, I mean, look, sign them up for strongman. You know what I mean? Because doing this, I don't even think that I could do that. If I put all my force into this, I don't think I'm bending a Switch this way. Let alone bending the heatsink, which is in the middle of the screen. I understand if it's been bent this way, right? Fine. I understand if it's been bent this way, yeah? This way, insane. I need to see it to believe it. I'm afraid. I need to see it to believe it. Yeah, again though, but like sitting on it, I understand. Sitting it from like this point of view, right? They bend. I know that they bend, but this bending this way? Jerry rig everything. Yeah, that's true. I don't know if he has he done one on a Nintendo Switch? That'd be an interesting one to watch, actually. So, that's one Switch. Now I've got this Switch. Now, what's the issue? Missing stand, screen blue dots. Okay. Should we have a look at this one, chat? Screen blue dots, hey? Let's do on the text, screen blue dots. I'm a big fan of this jazzy, chill music, chat. What do you think? All right, where's the PLD am to the meat? Let's load her up. Adequate heat in the board when removing the thumbsticks. Glad it was on my own. I had a spare board to replace, like for like. Nice. Is there anything worth picking up simple parts like USB-C ports for certain devices that you know of or use? Imagine you use. Yeah, donor devices is where I get mine from. But if it's something like a Nintendo Switch, I'll buy them in bulk. I like jazz. I like any type of music, to be fair. I've always said that I never really have a particular type. I can listen to a lot of things, to be honest. Right, let's see what happens with this then if I go to plug it in. It looks like I've actually got all the screws intact. I don't know if this has been opened before. This isn't my handwriting and isn't something that I would personally put on a Switch. The screws don't look stripped. So I'm going to go ahead and say this hasn't actually been opened. Let's see. Imagine if it just works. Screen blue dots is very strange. I don't think I've ever had a Nintendo Switch, by the way, that has blue dots. Blue screen, of course. Blue dots? What do you guys think? Has anybody ever had that? Blue dots is a bit strange for me. You know what I mean? I'm thinking whether it's actual blue dots that you can see on the screen, or whether it's if they mean blue screen of death. Yeah, AliExpress, exactly that. Yeah. If you do, Johannes, if you do exclamation mark tools, you'll actually see, if you go all the way down to the bottom, where I buy all of my ports and stuff from. I've got a link on my website. If you go Joey Does Tech soldering tools, or you do exclamation mark tools in chat, there is indeed a soldering tools page, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, not even all the way to the bottom, but replacement parts, common console repairs. If you go there, I've got PS5 HDMI port, PS4, Xbox One S, Series X, Series S, M92T36, all of those things. So yeah, if you want to use that, my parts list, then maybe I should have that as a separate. Maybe I should have that as a separate place. Separate web page. So, was anybody here? One in the chat if you were here when I wasn't, if you weren't here, if I was speaking about the garage, by the way, yeah, on yesterday's stream, or was it yesterday? What are we today? Monday or Tuesday? We're Monday, right? Yeah, we're Monday. I'm confusing myself with today. One in the chat if you weren't here when I was talking about the garage, and you would like to hear about it. So, for those who want to know, just a recap, I had my electrician cousin round, and he done a certificate for me for the electric. Everything's good. Happy days. So the other cousin that I had, who basically betrayed me and never gave me a certificate for my electrics, 9 years ago, done the job fine. Or rather, he got people to do the job fine. Which is good. Happy days. There was a couple of like weird things, like the box, the fuse box that was in the garage wasn't the same as what I've got in the house, but it just might have been like an equipment thing, you know. But the one that I've got is I can't remember. So there's 32 amps going out to the garage on a 6mm cable. Okay, so remember I said I thought it was a 10mm. It's not a 10mm. It's a 6mm that's been wrapped in, like, you know, a lot of armored plating and stuff. So it's a 6mm cable that's going out to the garage, which is 32 amps. My cousin has said we can just replace the RCDs that are on the board and the supply and whatnot and do some other bits and bobs. And we can push that up to 40 amps. He's like, 6mm, 40 amps, no problem at all. So is that good, chat? If I have 40 amps in the garage for everything I do, is that good? I think so. I think that'll be enough for what I have. I think 40 amps will be plenty. Obviously, you have to consider using it at the same time, right? So that's good. I don't think we're going for a stud to separate the storage and the actual garage. So I think the plan of action is going to be that I just have the whole garage as the workshop. And if we need storage for the garden stuff, any garden stuff that we potentially have, which is currently nothing, then we'll put up a little shed that is for storage, right? So the only issue that I have before proceeding is that I need to make sure that there's no mold that's going to completely dispatch the garage, right? So on the right-hand side, on the right wall of the garage, which is over here, say this is my garage, right? Whilst this is charging, by the way, it's just dumped up to 220 milliamps, good. Say this is my garage. This is the right wall of the garage. This is pretty much the layout. This is the right wall of the garage. Across this wall, it's not rendered on the outside, and there's obviously no rendering on the inside, and there's no plaster or anything, or plasterboard, whatever. So it's just breeze block or whatever you want to call it. This is like soaking up moisture, and then moisture is coming in on the floor, and it leaves like a bit of a puddle that probably goes up to around about, not a puddle, but just like damp. You can see it's damp. So it's like, yeah, like a cold wall across this wall. This wall is fine. Never has anything, like, because there's no shrubbery or anything like that. So this wall is part brick and it's rendered on the outside. So there's no like damp here. Same with the back wall as well. Doesn't seem to be any damp. The front is where I've got the garage door. So the plan is to, ChatGPT help me with this. Now, the issue is that this wall here my neighbour's here. So with my neighbour being here, and she hasn't got fences that unfortunately I can't lift up and take out. They're like built in. And it goes right up to the garage. So there's no way of me getting down to this wall to render, because that would be the ideal situation, is I would render this wall here. But I can't do that. So instead, I've spoken to good old ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is saying you need to tank the internal walls. So specifically this one. So tank, I'll probably end up doing it to all of them, just to make sure that there's no damp coming in. But tank the internal walls with tanking, sorry. And then fit a dimpled membrane, an internal waterproof membrane. Build a stud over the wall, but there's going to be a 50mm gap. So with the 50mm gap, which is what, 5 centimeters, right? So it's probably going to be like that. So with a 50mm gap, that should ensure that no liquid reaches the stud, because that's obviously when you have an issue. So yeah, I'm going to go 50mm. 25mm would obviously be a lot smaller, but I'm going to go 50. Stud that out. And I don't know, with the floor, I'm not too sure about the floor situation. What I want to do is try and build a little bit off the floor, but not too much, you know. Don't trust ChatGPT blind. It's not blindly. It's not blindly. I've actually spoke to my my mum's husband as well, and he said that's exactly what he would do. Or should I say, he said, "You've done your research." I haven't responded to him yet, but I'm going to say I copied it from Google, essentially, you know, because that's what I've seen from Google. But yeah, it'll be like, yes, like exactly that quick. So like some self-leveling compound for the floor, because it's concrete. So self-leveling, and then build off the floor just a tiny bit to again make sure that there's no mold. And then I'll go with a little bit of floor insulation and a thin carpet. That's what I'm deciding. I'm going to go for a thin carpet, chat. A for sound dampening. B for warmth. And C, because I prefer carpet over laminate. That's what I'm going for. So I'll get like a thin carpet. But I can't have it be a thick carpet because I like to roll around on my chair. No heated flooring, unfortunately, no. We're not in the big leagues. No heated flooring. But I think I'll go with that. Because, again, just for sound dampening. Trust me when I say I'm going to try and get the best insulation that I can for soundproofing. Oh, the static. Oh, that's a really good shout, actually. Hmm. 483 milliamps. Here we go. We're about to power on. That's a very good shout. Never really thought about static. Stupidly. I guess it might be laminate then. It might be some, like, you can get vinyl laminate. That's what I've got in the I've got vinyl laminate in this bedroom, and I've also got vinyl laminate downstairs. Apparently as well, my cousin recommended oil electric heater is what he said. He was like, rather than you having a fitted electric heater, he was like, or electric radiator, he was like, it would just be a pain, because if you want to move stuff, you want to move your desk around or whatever, you're just not going to be able to. He was like, your best bet is just to get like a portable oil electric heater, is what he said. Cost effective too. Nice, okay. Oh, that's what you have as well, is it, Bodge? Wait, what did somebody say? Underlay and then add lino laminate. Yeah. That's, I mean, that might have to be the play then. I just wanted it to be a little bit comfy, you know? That's okay. I'm really interested to see what this is going to do. 482. Queg, you said that you built a studio yourself as well. Was that in a garage or? Oil-filled rads are small and 100% efficient. Do you have one for the shop yourself, Si? Because you only need to really turn that on when, obviously, when it's cold, right? Oh, there's loads of them on Amazon. There's loads of them. 2.5 kilowatt. Yeah, nice. I'm sure they're all pretty generic, right? £65. I need to have a look and see what the see if anybody's got the lights that he was talking about. Did the garage fund finally hit its goal then? Is the garage being built? There was... Guys, there was no garage fund. All right? There was no garage fund. Okay? Takes a while to heat up, but it's toasty. Gas heat in here, which I don't have to pay, so place stays warm. Yeah, I bet it stays warm. We also have a anti-frost settings, never goes below 5. Oh, nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. No, it's a different blue screen. Retro, welcome, by the way, bud. How are you? Building garage without funds. Chat, we don't need the funds to build a garage, you know. We're good. We're good. We knocked down the garage, then rebuilt a block building on the footprint, 9 by 3.5, with another 2 isolated rooms inside for soundproof. Wait, I'd be interested to know exactly how big my garage is, to be fair. I would hazard a guess that my garage is 3 or 3.5 width. Length, do you know what? I think it's very similar to that, Queg. I think it's very similar. I'm just waiting for this switch to turn on, by the way, chat. I would say it's very similar to what you've got. Double block walls. As in, you've gone for 2 singles. So you've got like a block here and then a block here, and then that's like the wall itself. Because I don't know if mine is single or double, you know. My issue is that the garage will be known as the hutch. No, chat, listen. We're not naming the garage the hutch. Lord of Glove. Also, when you say internal isolated stud walls, are you just talking about because I'm not a builder, right? I'm really newbie when it comes to this stuff. Are you talking about they've been decked out with insulation? Is that what you're talking about? Internal isolated stud walls. The panic room. Wait, internal stud. Wait. Isolated stud walls. Specialized non-load bearing structure designed to maximize soundproofing by breaking. So that's another thing, chat, is what about if I was to use my cousin recommended this. He said because of the camera and stuff on the ceiling, he was like you could use chipboard because the chipboard will obviously be stronger than what plasterboard is. So if I'm looking at hanging stuff up and, you know, if I'm looking at mounting my camera to the ceiling and whatnot, he's like, you could just use chipboard. Chipboard is more dense and therefore will also be better for the insulation. OSB. The only OS I know MSB, Magic Shortbow and Old School RuneScape. OSB. Whoa. Oriented strand board. OSB is highly durable, cost effective, engineered wood. Most used for structural wall sheathing, subflooring, and rugged interior finishes. Oh, it looks like chipboard, hey? That looks more like chipboard, doesn't it? OSB board. Has superb load-bearing properties. Okay. So what, that instead of plasterboard is what you're saying? Are you saying use OSB instead of plasterboard for everywhere? That's different thicknesses, hey? 11, you got 9 mil, 11 mil. What thickness did you go for, Queg? There's 18 mil. Ooh, that's a thick boy. Currently doing MSB, brother. Just gave my respect. Slugs, doing Corrupted Gauntlet. I've been in the red prison, mate. I've been in the red prison for a very long time myself. OSB board, chipboard, same. Is it? Oh. I consult an architect. Oh, wait. Are we gonna have blue dots on the screen, chat? Hold on. Imagine if they're talking about these, saying these are blue dots. Why are these why are these blue dots on the screen? But we also put plasterboard on top. Hold on. Queg, you went for the thickest stuff of 18 mil, because that's the thickest. I'm looking at B&Q, right? The thickest I see is 18 mil. You went 18 mil plus plasterboard. What? Oh, it's a recording studio. You've got a recording studio. Oh. Can I paint straight on top of that? Or will it just like, I'm kind of looking at it like, it looks like it will just absorb all the paint. Is what I'm looking at with that. I can? Oh. Yeah, they've got 18 mil. I've got OSB, large. It looks 2 meter by 1 meter essentially. 2.4 by 1.2. 18 mil. That is not a bad price, I don't think. But then if I'm buying 10 of those, $18 mil for a floor. Stagger the studs, double up, or use extra thick sheetrock. So what's going to be the best for this damp proofing? The best situation for the damp proofing, is that going to be more so the liner that's used? Craig, that'd be awesome. And did you speak to anybody about it? Or did you just like, you winged all of this yourself? OSB, not good for soundproofing versus plasterboard. So that's why Queg went OSB and plasterboard on top of that. So what do you reckon about that jacket of all trades? Very fitting name as well here. Chris.
Morning. Hope everyone's doing well.
All good. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you for the tier 3 for 23 months in a row. Thank you. Thank you. Did a lot of research. Speak to a builder. They can, the issue about speaking to a builder is I don't have a builder that I can trust, man. And I got trust issues. Like, I've not been able to find a builder. in my basement that I remodeled, I went a thick vapor barrier along the brick foundation. Then I went studs, then drywall. Chat, I don't know what's wrong with this. You need an architect. Yeah, they're expensive as well, hey. Architects are expensive as well, hey, chat. How much does an architect cost for a job like this, if anybody knows? Do I get game test? Yeah, I think we just run through the test quick, hey. Whoop, 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 whoop. $1,200 plus? What? That's insane. Architect, it's a garage refit. Did it ourselves because we couldn't trust the builders? Yeah. Did you build it yourself as well? Greg, have you got any pictures in Discord that you can send to me? Pick my brain for some help. Bodge told me you might need to pick my... What's that about, Bodge? About MK? Need to do a few bits and we'll send. Nice one. Thank you, Greg. Guys, this seems alright. I don't understand. Blue dots on screen? What? Oh, okay, Bodge. Yeah. I can't remember what it was. I was about the course, wasn't it? For school. That's exactly what we're talking about, Chris, yeah. Talking about a garage. Garagio. Denny's welcome, how are you? Oh, I see it. I see it. I saw it. How do I go back? How do you guys see it? That's the question. That was so hard to see. Right, chat, I'm going to launch the game again, okay? Oh my gosh, you can't even see. How this is a fault, honestly, I've got I've got no idea, honestly, guys. It's just like it's 3 or 4 dots on a black screen. That's it. It's 3 or 4 dots on a black screen. I don't even, you can't even see it. Not dead pixels, no. It's actually like maybe like potential like liquid damage or something like that. But I can just about see it on a black screen. Just about see it. Wow. Okay, I understand, and I'll probably need to take this out of the chassis and do that then. I thought it was a blue screen of death this whole time. Lord Glover, above on a dove. If you didn't know how to look for them, then you might not know. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, it looks like it's been chewed by a dog, because you can see at the top. So I don't know, maybe if the screen's had a little bit of impact from some bites, but... Nice. Well, that is really nice. Do you know why? Because it means that I've got a fully working Nintendo Switch that just needs a screen swap. Cool. I'm okay with that. I am absolutely okay with that. Sign me up. Sign me up. Izzy. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, that is a win. Yeah, so... Getting the garage done. I'm obviously looking forward to. And like I said, my... he didn't call it... He called it like Play-Doh or something. My cousin. But he was like... What it is it's going to be like a big bit of plastic that I can then just put sockets into rather than actually putting sockets in. He was like, it'll actually really help with the insulation as well. Instead of having just sockets that I have to keep adding, if I want to add more sockets, he's like, you can just get this Play-Doh putty thing or whatever it's called. And he said it's a little bit more expensive, but it's cheaper than having a ton of sockets. And you literally just add the sockets to it when you want more sockets. So I'd start off with maybe like 7 doubles or something stupid, because I obviously need a lot of sockets in there. He's like, you can just add more whenever you want. A note for everyone to get some food. I agree. I'm with that. To be fair, if it's blue dots, I'm worried that it might be a little bit of liquido damage, but to be honest with you, I don't think it is. Issue being as well, chat, I don't know how much switches go for anymore. Does anybody know? Does anybody how much switches go for now? I remember back in the day, right, when I started Profit or Loss, and I was able to sell Nintendo Switches for £100 for the tablet. Just for the tablet. And then I also remember... And Nintendo Switch Lites. But then I also very vividly remember getting to the point of not being able to sell them for £70. Seriously. Literally, I wasn't able to sell them for £70 a pop. So, and it was the same for Switch Lites as well. I had a couple of Switch Lites that were really bad as well. Curry selling for like 260. Second hand, they're almost 110. 260 for an original original Switch, really? That seems like quite a lot. There's no way people are selling these new for 260, are they? You can still can you still buy original Nintendo Switches? MS Blind, see you later. Can you still buy Nintendo Switches brand new, chat? Nintendo Switch. There's no way that's a... $240. Yeah, £240 for a brand new one at Amazon. Well, I'll be shocked. I didn't know that there was still production of original Nintendo Switches, if I'm honest with you. You've got the Nintendo Switch. You've got, obviously, the different boards. You've got Switch Lite, OLED, Switch 2. So you've got 4 switches that are still in production. It's crazy. Hobbit, thank you very much for the Prime for 2 months in a row. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. They're still in production for another 5 or so years. What? You think 5 or so years? The Switch is going to be on sale for still? Actually, the little one's voice of your own. So, yes, Lost Souls. Yeah, it is my little ones. Yeah. So on Twitch, I've got my son, who about 2 weeks ago now said "Dada" for the first time. So that's where you hear "Da da da." And then on YouTube, I've got my little girl, who is laughing, and it just sometimes it takes me out of, if I'm like having a stress repair or just a sucky day, hearing that kind of just makes me reevaluate a little bit. You see what I'm saying? My kid's first words was iPad. No comment with what the price of RAM is. Do you think you can use all the spare parts in your loft to create your own RAM sticks? Nah, I don't have the know-how for that, mate. I wish. I wish. What I should probably do is strip all the RAM from this, eh? Just list all of that. I never see someone do that. Oh, really? Yeah. No, I'm not saying that's what mine was. Somebody else in chat said that their first words were iPad. Jose, welcome. How are you? Okay. So it's a little bit annoying because the chassis itself is in pretty good condition, other than the fact that we just have the blue dot. So I'm going to strip it down. What do I mean by strip it down? I mean take out all the screws for the rails and use those rails for donors, should I ever need it. Good to hear, Jose. Good to hear. There we go. So out of this chassis, we're going to have that. I don't like to repurpose the batteries, if I'm honest. Because I never just replace the batteries in these, to be honest with you. I've never had one that's necessarily massively been an issue. Well, that seemed kind of loose as well. Interesting. You can salvage the speakers, but again, I have no need for the speakers. Digitizer could salvage it, but same with the power on and off button, right? I just don't need it. You could take this off and use that if you wanted. I'll tell you what, no, I think we just, yeah, that is what it is. Let me just leave it. Because the thing is, if you're swapping into a new chassis 9 times out of 10, you're going to use the new one anyway, see? Speakers, again, I don't need to... So these speakers, I'm showing you for demonstration purposes, by the way. If you can pull these out, you do have to be sort of like careful. But you can pull these speakers out. I've never replaced a speaker in a Switch, ever. So again, harvesting these might actually be cool to use for other little projects. If you ever wanted to like upgrade speakers in something, I guess, or something like that. I think these speakers are actually okay. But you could probably keep these for something else. I don't know how speakers work in terms of the requirements to be able to use it in another device, to be honest with you, but as far as I'm aware, these speakers are actually pretty good, like decent for what they are. So I'll keep... This is why I shouldn't put it in the screw box, though. I'll keep these separate. Because I'll be like, oh, I've got no screws. Oh, the thing comes off that, does it? Oh, you learn something new every day. A little bit around it comes off. Ah. Bonjour, bonjour. This little bit. So yeah, dispose of this properly, because it's got a battery, of course. The rails are pretty key. And then we've got the actual main Mobo itself, which is visually fine. No signs of liquid damage, water corrosion, nothing like that. Port itself looks fine. So it should be an actual working Nintendo Switch. I'm just going to put a W on that. So then whenever I free up another chassis, I can just simply chuck it in. So I put a nice big fat W. Put that over there for the time being. And then we can look at another Nintendo Switch that I have here. That I have no idea what the sitch is. So this one is, condition-wise, all right. We've got the screws. Doesn't look like, again, that it's necessarily been opened before. Now, I'm going to use this chassis, albeit a little bit beaten up, but the screen itself is not bad at all. I've got a tiny little scratch down here. I've got a scratch over here, but overall condition of this is fine. So, so I'm going to use this. Let me take it apart. And I can simply, should be able to just put... Oh, wait, before I take it apart, I should probably see what's faulty with it, right? And then I can put that motherboard in if I need to. But what's nice about this is that it's still got all the screws and they've all got all their threads. So I know that this hasn't been taken apart many a time. Let's plug her in and see what the sitch is then. Yeah, it's fair enough, Jay. Yeah, I like that. Here we go. Oh. Wait. There's no way this just works. Okay. Are you telling me I just had working Nintendo Switches in my loft? Like, what is this about? stand? This one's full as well, battery-wise, right? Mert, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Wi-Fi's all good. Detach them again. I just detached them. What are you talking about? Up. Nice. Ah. Not nice. Probably just probably just a bit of dust or something. It's been sat in the loft. It's fine every time now. I'm going to see if, because I had a spreadsheet with all the serial numbers on for my Nintendo Switches, I'm going to see if I have this serial number on that spreadsheet. This is why you should have serial numbers on spreadsheets, FYI. It really helps. What would it be on? Would it have been Season 1 profit or loss? Maybe. A lot of switches on it. Wow. Okay. Let's have a search. Control F. XAJ 400. No. I was having a look quick. Did you get an electrician in for the spotlights and stuff? That's amazing, man. You done super good. You done super good. I don't know if you're still here. Oh, you are. DM some photos. Very welcome. How are you? Maybe an intimate issue. Yeah, that's the issue with these, isn't it? Is that there could be intimate issues, which is why they might have been pushed up in the loft. See what I'm saying? I mean, this one looks to be working, hey? Brian, welcome. How are you? You ran all the cables, but I thought you said you weren't very good at this stuff. What are you talking about, Queg? You're like miles ahead. What? I'm getting some security cameras and stuff as well. But this is, yeah, this is fine. It's fan working. I'll quickly take it apart and see if the fan's working. YouTube Joe, you can learn anything there. Surely not. Surely not. You're telling me that if I wanted to, I could learn how to repair electronics on YouTube? No shot. The thing is, I would say I don't trust myself, but then I also wouldn't have a career if I didn't trust myself. I guess. So I do have to take that into consideration. Reolink products. Oh, I was just going to get Ring, to be fair. I've got Ring already. Where did you learn to repair? Just on YouTube. On YouTube, free of charge. Yeah, I've already got a Ring doorbell. It does the job. I know you got like subscription and stuff like that, but sometimes you just want ease, right? Thing is, they're not internal cameras either. So I don't necessarily think, when it comes to like warrior of data and stuff, I'm not massively concerned if it's external, you know. Internal's a different story, of course. Before you learnt to do this and worked at a repair shop, what did you do / want to do? I wanted to do a bunch of different things. I think YouTube was, I wanted to do content. I wanted to do YouTube and live stream since best part of like 2011, 2012. Ever since it was a thing, really. And I had gaming channels and whatnot. Before that, before I knew that it could even be a thing, I'd probably say that I wanted to either be a pilot or an actor. Oh, Roy! Oh my gosh! So, Roy, that's exactly what my cousin told me to get for the spotlights in the garage. He was like, there's a newish company called Tapo, and he was like, they're really good. He's like, I've got them. They're like Philips Hue but cheaper. I was like, oh right, okay. And he was like, yeah, you should get them. So I was that's it, Tapo. But I didn't know if they have like floodlight cameras, Roy. Tapo is TP-Link. Is it? Oh. Learn something new every day. I'm just going to turn this on. They do as far as I know. Okay. Now I'm just blasting this at 120 degrees Celsius. Just on where the APU is. See if I get that fan spin. Yeah, fan spun. Did you guys see that? Oh, it turned off. Ah, it's in standby. There we go. Can you see it? Spinning. Definitely spinning. Cool. So would you recommend Tapo then, Roy? Eufy cameras and doorbell. I've got a Eufy Hoover. What I'm hearing is stay away from Ring and go either Eufy or Tapo. That's what I'm hearing. What about the, is there a Tapo subscription? Well, I have got my server that I can set up. I've got my server that I can set up. So Tapo is just cloud storage, is it, Roy? Because you've got it on local storage, you can still view when you're out and about and stuff, as long as you're obviously hooked up to your hub. Is that true? Did I put that one back? Wow, I did. Been a while, I guess. Yeah, I know I've got the Ugreen NAS as well. I don't know how I'd go about setting up the security cameras. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I can set up the security cameras on the NAS, which is exactly what I would aim to do. Chat, this seems to be working okay. I'll test it on the docking station. I can't lie, I do like the bit of the cloud storage aspect though, of just like it being there if you need it. You know what I mean? Unify. To be fair, I'd consider anything at the moment. You know, I'm not bound to anything, so I would consider whatever. Now that is definitely magnetic. Is that a case screw or not? Because I know they can be a little bit. No, that is a case screw. It's not very magnetic. Order subscription for me that I can't be dealing with. Do you have anything for the garage, Quag? Wow, 200 bits, Torian.
General solder question, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Have you used cheaper, less than $100 soldering irons and hot air stations?
Yeah.
If so, what upsides of the more expensive ones would I be missing out on?
You don't necessarily need to go expensive. I mean, the one that I use is an AFIN. If you do exclamation mark tools, there's an AFIN A902, which is what I use. If you have a look at that, it says my exact soldering iron. There's a cheaper alternative, same make, right? That's the one that you ideally want to get, in my opinion. This is £54, or that will probably work out to be about $70. 100% go for the AFIN A9E. The benefit of having a better soldering station is brand name, as well as a dual holder instead of one holder, so you can have multiple irons at one. There's also like power deliverables as well that is better in more expensive ones. But definitely have a look at those. To Ryan, thank you very much as well, by the way, for the 200 bits, mate. A lot of support coming from yourself today. I appreciate it. Thank you. Studio has a local CCTV setup, which is also the same camera feeds that I used to see in the other rooms, as there's no windows. Ah. So do you have a monitor in the garage now then that just has the CCTV running? Craig, did you hear me say about how nice your garage looks? Or maybe I missed you when you put the pictures in there, but it looks amazing, man. Your studio looks incredible. I used to play the drums. Wait, SketchUp, is that a free piece of software that you can use to design some bits, mate? Because if so, I might have to try that myself. Yeah, it looks really, man, you've done a really, really good job. And that lining stuff that you're using, is that for the damp aspects that then goes underneath all of the OSD and plasterboard? OSB? Because you're putting some on the floor as well, right? Or was that just is that because you was painting and decorating and that was just for that? Set up home assessment, plan to integrate cameras, need a mini PC. I have 5 cameras. My camera caught my neighbor hit my car and it caught people checking if cars were unlocked. Really? Can't use download for it, but the web version is free. Gotcha. Okay, fine. Chat, this switch seems to be working all right, man. Docking station. Vapor barrier, so it goes between the outside and the finished walling to create a breathable but one direction for water vapor to travel. Between the outside and the finished walling. When you say, right, to confirm, when you say finished walling, are you talking about studs or are you talking about it comes after the studs? So like say you have the outs, you've got the wall itself internally, then you've got the stud work. Does it go between the stud work and the wall, or does it go between the... Oh, it wouldn't go outside of the... It must go there, right? Under there, the stud walls, a thick plastic barrier as well to stop ingress through the floor and stud walls. So does it go if this is my garage? If this is my garage, here's the front. This is the wall that is the issue with the damp. So is it outside wall, internal wall, you've got the insulated stud wall, then it goes on top of that between the stud and the OSB. Gotcha. So you've got the insulated stud wall, then it goes on top of that between the stud and the OSB. So it comes after the stud. I see. It comes after the stud and after the insulation. That must help with insulation as well, I guess. So then any mold But in that case then, so you're assuming at that point that as a worst case scenario, your stud has become damp. That's like if your stud becomes damp, right? As a worst case. Because at the point of your stud wall getting damp, you've got issues, right? Up. Did you guys just see that? Did anybody see that? There it is. So we've got docking station, we've got Wi-Fi, we've got plays games. Charging. Let me make sure that it's charging. My wife just heard this and said if my stud was damp, he should see a doctor. You just store on working consoles without realizing. Honestly, I think that's what's happened here. The rails are fine. Is it? They're charging. The fan works. It doesn't look bent to me. The device doesn't look bent, so I don't think it's like a blue screen of death sort of situation. So confused. SD card? I'm trying to think of stuff here. Yeah, SD. Yeah, I was thinking that exactly the same, Jose. I was thinking SD card reader. Chat. One, if you think that, irregardless of me getting work done to it, do you think that I should document the garage being built out, even if it was like not when people were working in there, because I don't want to get in people's way, but more so at the end of each day, maybe with like updates as to what's been done. One in the chat if you'd like that as content. Update is required to use the memory. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's cool. Ferguson, welcome. How are you?
Good.
My guy, thank you very much for the 20 months. I appreciate you. Thank you. 100% document it. Really cool. Partially for content, but then to look back on. Document is just a good idea. Content or not. Here, you guys are right. Guys, I think this switch is okay now. I'm just going to go for the reset. Or I might go for an update quick. 18.00. 18.0.1, I think is pretty old. Let's go for the update. Wow, can't believe I've got a working switch. Nice. Wait. Wait. Did I just see an issue with the screen on the camera? JDT at the workshop. We are working. Really, Bodge? Are you? MS, is he? Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, I thought I saw, like, water ingress or something, you know? No, it's fine. Honestly, I highly doubt it. Yeah, it's cool. All right. Yeah, let's go for the reset on this bad boy. It's been updated. Might as well update. Do you know what? I'm going to update the controllers whilst I'm here. Surely these got to have an update. Coffee first. True. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll let you off. First things first, I need to empty the garage. That's going to be like one of my first things to do. So I've got some stuff that just needs to go on like Facebook Marketplace, or like I've got a bench in there, a lifting bench that Lord a glove. I can't remember the last time I used it. I think the max was 50 kg. So it'll be absolutely useless to me now. Yeah, Tapo, because you can get Tapo on Amazon, I'm pretty sure. Tapo camera. Is that a floodlight? The C216, 2K, 3 megapixel. Ah, see, chat, I'd want 4K though. Do I need 4K chat on cameras? I need 3 of them. So I'm going to have 1 on the house. And then I'm going to have 2 on the actual garage, covering different places. Is the plan. I don't need 4K, do I? Plus, surely like 4K takes up a lot of storage, hey? 2K will be fine, no? Wait, what's the difference? Wait, hold on. What's the difference between that 2K one and the other 2K one? They're both 2K. One of them's £120 and the other one is 48. What's the difference? Oh, it's a dual lens. Dual lens. What's the benefit of a dual lens, chat? Defo did not need 4K for a home environment. Nice one, thank you. Are you going PoE? Oh, that's a good point, actually. Well, that's a really good point. I don't know if... Are they PoE? I don't know if these ones are. I didn't speak to my cousin about that. Because if I have PoE, it's just better, right? PoE would be nice because I think he was talking about coming off the lights for power. But instead of coming off the lights, maybe I should go PoE. But I don't know if these ones are PoE or whether they are just normal DC. But if it'd be so easy just to run network cables, hey, rather than use the lights. Today, a seller asked to buy back his repair console for his kid. Sent it back to him now. Would you think $20, including a replacement port, is okay for HDMI repair? Shipment and... Wait. Send it back to him. Buy back his repaired console. Do you think $20, including replacement for port, is okay for HDMI port repair? Shipment costs, of course. I don't understand what you're saying. Bring back. Reolink. Yeah, people saying Reolink as well. But the Tapo, I've heard good things about the Tapo. But yeah, but is that PoE? I don't know the one that I'm looking at if that's PoE or not. It's the Tapo. It's the Tapo C545D. Oh, it monitors 2 areas at once. That's the whole point of the. That's the whole point of the dual lens. What? Wow. I won't need that. I won't need that. I think I just need the simple C216. But that is wireless as well. Who's that? Get a cool chat, 2 secs. Spammers, mate, honestly. Absolute spam. Have Tapo CCTV at work, doorbell camera, powered cameras. They all take SD cards and record on a loop. Time of the year for spam, yeah. Yeah, I just can't I can't see if they're PoE or not. 2-way audio right there. Night vision. Because that also looks like it's got a light. It looks like it's got a light. £0 monthly fee. Local micro SD card storage up to 512. £48 for the camera. It looks good, man. Stephen, welcome, buddy. How are you? Yeah, it's got a light. I think they are floodlight, hey? Built-in sound and light alarm. Roy, what about the C216? Does that do what I think it does? It's an outdoor security camera. IP65 weatherproof, which I think is decent in terms of weatherproof. Does that have a floodlight? I want a light. C216. C216. Oh, there is one on offer. The C520 WS. That one looks pretty good. These are antennas though. Wi-Fi outdoor camera. What's the difference between the C520 WS and the C216? Enigma, welcome. Hell's Hobbit, wow. Infrared is far better than having a light when recording in CCTV. So I basically, because I would also need light as well. That's the thing. I'd need light for when I if it's in winter and I'm leaving at like 6 or 7 p.m. whatever it is, or if I go out there for whatever reason. Obviously, when it detects me, I need it to light up so I can see what's going on. You know. Tapo does not offer a Windows-based client. It's mobile app-based only. I still don't know what the difference in price is there, because that's £70. C720. Oh, is that the one that I want to look at? Dreams, C720. Yeah, that one looks pretty good, to be fair. Retro, what about the C720? How come do not rely on the one on the camera, Retro? Floodlight cameras in Discord. Yeah, Dream said it's a C270. C720, yeah, C720. That's the exact one that Dreams linked. Wired power. Wired power. When it says wired power, are they talking PoE or are they talking wire? You know? Product spec. There's two. You can get two of those at the moment on offer for 150. So that's 75 quid each. Ha, bodge. Tell her I love the hoodie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to go with, but people like Reolink as well. That seems to be one. Supports RTSP and ONIF Provost. Okay. Well, are they PoE though, Roy? Hey Cerberus, welcome. How are you? Oh, thank you very much for the raid. Sorry, I didn't even see it come through. I didn't get a notification, did I? I didn't even get a notification. Thank you, mate. I appreciate you. Yeah, I know wired power, but does that mean PoE though, or is it like, when people say wired power, is that PoE or is that just, you know what I mean? Oh, separate power cable DC. Okay, fine. It looks like the price range that I'm kind of looking at then doesn't really include that, does it? Thing is, so I'll be running the cable from here into the garage anyway. So when I'm going into my garage, I'm going to need a Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it, like a Wi-Fi extender and hub. So what would that be, chat? That would be like a Wi-Fi hub extender. So it was like a hub, but also Wi-Fi extension. A router? A router, perhaps? A mesh. Mesh. Yeah, like an access point. Yeah. But I just want it to be an extent. I don't necessarily need it to be another access point. I just need it to be an extension from what I've got in the house. That's all. So I guess just like another router, right? Yeah, RJ45 cable in the garage. Yeah. So would it not just be another router? I'm just thinking about the cameras. If the cameras are powered over DC and I need to connect them to the Wi-Fi, then the cameras will need that. I'm just thinking it might be best to have a Wi-Fi backup just in case. Set up a new router. It's not PoE. It's not PoE. The actual camera's not PoE. No, wire. There is a wire going to go to the garage. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put a wire into the garage. But I'm thinking I just want something that is going to be a wire into the garage to then plug into a hub. But then I need Wi-Fi projected from that as well, you know? So is it an access point? Access point with Ethernet port. Is that what I'm looking at, chat? Oh, see, okay, so Roy, that's like off of a light wire, right? Is what we're talking about, off of a light wire, correct? Chat, would I get something like this? Would it just be something like this, yes or no? No. I'll be running Cat 6. That's not an out-of-the-box solution. Okay. No, that isn't what I'm wanting, Parif. I'm wanting something that combines a lot of Ethernet ports with the Wi-Fi. Unified gateway. Well, yeah, what about just like a access point and a switch, right? What about an access point and a switch? That's what I'd buy, right? Is that right? Yeah, so yeah. So it would be like the one that you're talking about, Parif. I would just buy that, have that as an access point in the garage for Wi-Fi, for potential like cameras and just connecting anything else to the Wi-Fi. And then that's already got... Oh, no, wait. No. Because that's only got one internal port. That's only got one port. So what I need is I need an access point with multiple, because I need to feed it into the access point to activate the access point, and then I need another Ethernet port to go from the access point into a switch. Do you know what I mean, chat? Or Ethernet into the switch, and then, oh, okay, that's what I do. Yeah, so I can just go with that, because I would just it would go into the switch first, wouldn't it? Okay, cool. Yeah, it will go into the Ethernet. So the Ethernet switch. So it will go from my house into the Ethernet switch to power that, and then I would run all the Ethernets from that switch into the devices I need. Cool. Okay, I just think about it the wrong way around. Gotcha. I'm going to get a big boy, chat. I can't lie to you. It's probably going to be like a 16 port is what I'm looking at right now. 16 port Ethernet. Don't need that. So maybe an 8 would be a smarter choice. A Netgear 8 port switch. Yeah, I think we go for an 8 port. And then if I need another one, I can just buy another one. I think I start with an 8. I just have an 8. Because I'm going to need at least one. I'm going to need one Ethernet for my PC, one Ethernet for testing consoles, one for access point, one that goes into the switch. That's 4. I think 8 will be enough. Yeah. See you later, Izzy. Much love. I think 8 will be fine. Does it have PoE? No, the cameras don't have PoE, but that's fine because we can just wire it off of the lights. So those cameras can just be wired off the lights anyway, and I'd probably have 2 of them, I think, for lights. I'd be running 2 of them from the light circuit, which is fine. That won't take up much, will it? How many amps do the cameras take up, chat? Not a lot. Not a lot, right? Like, we're talking a little bit. Like, point what? Because I've got 40 amps, all right? So small smart cameras are looking at around about 0.5 per, roughly. So if we're looking at 0.5 per, so if I have 2 cameras, that's 1 amp gone, chat. GG. We got 1 amp gone. Yep. We got 1 amp gone. Chat, do you know what's crazy? Apparently a 1000 watt PSU for a PC, just like a PC in general, can draw between anywhere between 4.5 and 9.5 amps. Four and a half and 9.5 amps for a PC? What? Chat, this 40 amps is going to be taken up quick. What? I'm starting to panic. Heating. 2,500 watt oil radiator. Amps. Average. 10 to 12 amps? Chat. Half my amps are gone. What? PC? Chat, PC? Radiator? Half my amps are gone. People seeing, yeah, don't worry about it, 40 amps, it'll be fine. I need 1,000. What? That's insane. Oh, okay. A standard PC monitor apparently can go anywhere from 0.1 to 0.8. Wait a minute. Yeah, I mean, genuinely ranging between 0.1 and 0.5 typically. 0.1 and 0.5, that's okay. That's another amp for the monitors. I've got my 2 cameras. I've got my lights. My lights. And my fume extractor. My microscope. Soldering station. Hot air station. DC power supply. We're cooked. Oh, Quig, what have you got in your garage, by the way? What's your supply to your garage? Yeah, it's going to be a full-on power station. I'll be using more in there than what I do in here. Do you know what would be really cool, actually, is that when it comes to, like, my taxes and stuff, it'll be really good to be able to say exactly how much I use in one room for all my stuff. Because at the moment, it gets divided by how many rooms you have, excluding kitchen and, I think, lounge and whatever else. But it'll be really good to, like, know how much exactly is being used from me in my garage. You know what I mean? So I'll have one of those, chat, what is it? One of those, my cousin said he was going to bring it around anyway. But you know, like the hooks that you put on? You can put the hooks on the supply, can't you, on the wire? Yeah, Quig, what have you got to your garage? Do you know? An amp clamp, that's it, yeah. So you can put a clamp on to see exactly how much you're using. So he's going to bring that around next time. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, I need to basically get moving on with it, chat. I mean, I got the electric sorted. I just need to sort out, you know, the camera side of things. But he did say Tapo, and he said to go for Tapo spotlights as well. Tapo spotlights. He really likes them, but I don't necessarily know if I'm going to need the coloured ones. You know, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily need them. $32 amp. Yeah. Mine's 32 as well, Queg. Mine's 32, but my cousin said that we could push it to 40. Easy. He said 40 will be fine. Save our stuff. Happy birthday, mate. Happy birthday. Here in Canada, if one has a garage, we put our vehicles in them so we do not have to scrap ice or sweep snow off. Yeah. So, like, you could get a car down my driveway into the garage, but it's a very, very small fit. So we've just we put a gate there and stuff and just cut it off. That's where we look to put a shed for storage if we need to, you know. But we don't necessarily need to do that. We should be okay. But yeah, I just need to get a move on with it, guys. I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. Be interesting to be able to like work out there and just what would be nice is having something that is you know, I'll have some windows. I'm not saying that I don't have a window now, but it would be nice to just have my own little workspace and be able to store everything. That's the ultimate goal, is to just be able to store everything out there as well. And just have everything out there and just not in the house. Imagine having a house as a house. That would be awesome. Make no sense. They're so wide, modern cars don't fit in if you wish to actually exit a car. Not so wide. Yeah, that's very true. Like, they're so thin, aren't they? How many phases have I got? I don't understand what that question is. If you're talking about, Daniel, are you talking about the equivalent of rings? Like separate RCDs? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I know, Roy, hey? Oh, no, single phase. Oh, no, I'm completely wrong. Single phase. It's just single phase. I've got a 100 amp cable coming into my fuse board or consumer unit, whatever the guys. Is a consumer unit and a fuse board the same thing or not? Because I keep hearing this different things. Are they the same thing or not? Fuse board, consumer unit. Who's calling me again? Another spam? Are you joking? Hello, are you spam? Yes, you are. Chat. Tip for you, and everybody probably knows this. If you have a call and nobody says anything in the first 2 seconds, it's a spam. Because what they're doing is they're connecting you to the next available agent. The separation between work and home. We learned that during work, be a clearer divide. Yeah, it's true, Dark One, yeah. But I believe not called a fuse board because it's not just a fuse, but RCD, which isn't a fuse. Yep, yes. Okay, fine. I see. And chat, is it right? I said to my cousin that probably what I'm going to want is 2 separate RCDs in the garage. So I want one for the lights. No, I said 3. So technically I want one for the lights, one for some sockets, and then another one for additional sockets. Because then what I can have is I can have my PC and important equipment, my cameras and stuff, on a separate socket to my soldering station and all those things, right? Does that make sense? I think fuse box is the older term, isn't it? AAB. Yep, coming in with 100 bits.
Joey.
Good afternoon, my friend. Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. And we've also got Enigma coming in with a prime. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think that puts us back up to 600 subs, so thank you, guys. Having them separate helps. Splitting them are not overly needed. You use RCBOs. They're RCD for each circuit. I think that's what my cousin was talking about. But what's the difference between an RCD and an RCBO? Generally, you have a separate consumer unit with that. Yeah, I do have that, Hell's Hobbit. So in the garage, I have a separate 6mm armored core cable. I think armored core cable is the correct terminology. It's a 6mm armored core cable that supplies 32 amps into a fuse box into the garage or consumer unit. And then on that consumer unit, I've got 2 RCDs. One's for the lights, one's for the sockets. But I said we maybe use, do another RCD, and then that can have socket, lights. Save our stuff. Thank you very much for the tier 1 for 25 months. Insane to actually say out loud, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think my cousin might have said, though, that the RCBO is a lot more expensive than RCD. No. That doesn't look more expensive, to be fair. But he also said, chat, he's going to add a... guys, what was it I said yesterday? I said yesterday that he was going to install something on the main consumer unit. And on the main consumer unit, it's like, it actually costs like 90 quid. It's quite expensive, but it's another one that you just clip on. But what it does is it stops if there's any lightning or anything that's necessarily coming from DNO side, that it actually protects the stuff in your house. So it's like a big RCD. Yeah, surge protector, that was it. He said he was going to get me a surge protector to go on my main unit because I don't have one. And he was like, if you have a lightning strike, something like that, everything's going. He was like, but if you have a surge protector, they're really, really good. And he looked at the make Matt Crabtree, I think it was. Crabtree Surge Protector. Was it Crabtree? Yeah, it was. Yeah, like 50 quid. 50 quid. 40. Wait, am I reading that correctly, chat? 40 kiloamps? Am I reading that right? Kiloamps? Is that 40,000 amps? Joe Chem 77, thank you very much for the prime! For 20 months in a row. We're on a hype train as well, guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lightning Strike, rough amp draw. Rough amps. A typical lightning strike carries approximately 30,000 amps, but they can range from 10,000 to 200,000 amps. What? Wait, I've got a question. AAB, thank you very much for the gifted sub to Miller. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chat. If it's 40,000... Wait. So a surge protector, right? If I have a lightning strike, and let's say, I'm going to say, for example, I have 10,000 amps worth of current, right? 10,000 amps worth of current comes directly into my house. On my fuse board, I've got 100 amp. Oh, wait. I've got 100 amps, but that's before the fuse box. So essentially what I'm saying, so that 100 amp fuse from the distributor protects the distributor essentially, wherever that wire goes, from anything that goes bang in my house, but everything on my fuse board still goes bang. Is that right? Say it's like, if there was something that was like 105 amps or something. Is that, am I thinking logically there? So like if something went bang and it was 105 amps, what would happen is that fuse would disconnect, obviously. Anything that goes back to the DNO or the distributor is going to be fine. Surge protection goes to Earth, not back to DNO. Gotcha. Okay. I'm trying to think how it works. Because, like, I'm just trying to think. If I have a lightning strike that's 10,000 amps. Well, I'm actually just trying to think what could actually cause something to go bang that isn't a lightning strike that's 10,000 amps, and what the difference would be. Charge my phone in milliseconds. So what I'm trying to get at is that the surge protection that I would have in my fuse box, right? At the moment, I have nothing. So what we're saying is that anything that's on the fuse box, if I have a lightning strike, goes bang. But if I have a 40,000 amp surge protector, if something goes bang on if lightning comes in, it's going to blow that 40,000 amps. My question is, if it's a lightning strike that's 10,000 amps, does the surge protector just like soak that up? Like, how does that work? Do you see what I'm saying? Am I elaborating this well enough? Like, if I have a 40,000 amp fuse or surge protector, essentially, and I have a 10,000 amp lightning strike, what does this actually do? Dumps it to Earth. Can Earth handle it? Can Earth handle it? Okay. All right. All right. Can I handle 40,000 amps? I don't think I can. What is it? It's like, depends on the current, but... Exploder, thank you very, very much for the Prime for 4 months in a row. I appreciate you. Level 2 hype train, 30 seconds on the clock, 55%. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I see, I see. So, all right. So I'd wonder actually, and I should probably look at the photo that I've got for this. How many amps, what are the amps that I have on my other circuits? Like, how many amps is it on like a normal socket circuit, chat? So like, for example, downstairs socket, how many amps is that? You know what I mean? I took this picture a while ago, didn't I? Do you remember when I took it and then I looked at it on the stream? That was ages. I'm not finding that. There's no chance. What's like the standard typical on a circuit for sockets? $16 amps in the UK. Is it 16 amps? Is it? I'm assuming it's 16 or 32. It depends, right? Wait a minute. You're telling me, something's just clicked in my brain. You're telling me everything I've got upstairs on the upstairs sockets is not going past 16 amps. Because if it goes above 16 amps, chat, it's blowing, right? Am I right? If it goes above 16 amps, it's blowing. Fact or fiction? So you're telling me everything I have up here in my room now that I use is no more than 16 amps? I need to check. I need to check. I need to check. This stuff is fascinating. Like, what? Can't be. It's 16. Obviously, it excludes lights, because lights are on its own. Where does it say, man? Right. All right, chat. So listen. It says, okay, where's upstairs? Upstairs sockets. It's a B32, a Crabtree B32, 61. Oh, B32, that's going to be amps then. So Crabtree, chat, you're going to have to try and remember this, right? Crabtree B32/61 is my upstairs sockets. My cooker on its own is a B40. What? What? So I'm assuming it stands for breaker. Breaker 32 is what I'm assuming. Correct, lighting. So 32. So it is a 32. B is the class. So what does a B mean? What's that coming up here? Crabtree 40B. 40 amps, triple pole, Lodestar. Chat, my cooker's on a B40, and it says it's got a little sticker that says cooker. So you're telling me my cooker on its own is on a 40 amp circuit? Is that right? $40 amp is normal? What, just for a cooker? Just for a cooker, is it? Oh, so they do require their own breaker. Okay, so they're not included in kitchen. So kitchen is different. Ah. So cookers need their own breakers, chat, is that right? 32 amp breaker is generally sufficient for most domestic, but I've got a 41. For induction cookers, a 40-45 amp breaker with a 10mm cable. For larger, more powerful induction cookers, so it's on a 40. So if I ever wanted to upgrade my cooker, I can. Lovely jubbly. Okay. All right. It's all starting to make sense and tick. Okay. So I'm on a 32. Okay, look, I mean, this is good news, chat. If I have 32 amps for upstairs sockets, and I'm able to get away and use my setup now with everything how it is, and I've got 40 amps in the garage, happy days, right? So if I'm having 40 amps in the, that's cool. Because if I'm on a max 32 at the moment, then lovely jubbly. Happy days. All right. Well, listen, chat. Except for when I get that oil heater, is a different question. I'm going to be coming back to this stream. What's your income at? 60. Well, it says 100. It says 100 is on the fuse. So the fuse itself is 100 amp, but I'm pretty sure my cousin said it wasn't. I can't remember what he said it was. But the fuse itself was 100. But he said it doesn't necessarily mean that you've got 100 coming in. He said that's just the fuse. Well, technically it's not. The voltage is coming in, right? I don't know. I don't know what the max of the consumer unit is. I have no idea. I should check. It should say on it, I think, right? Yeah, 2.5 kilowatt is what the rad is. Right, chat, I'm going to shoot. Much love. I know that I've done a bit of Nintendo Switch digging today, but I'm going to look at some other bits as well on the next few streams. I've got a couple of other Nintendo Switches. I didn't necessarily get to any fixing, which is a shame. We did last stream. It was nice. We had a nice confirmation, I'd say, of a blue screen of death, and then we pulled the CPU, and there was a lot of pads missing. So it didn't really end well, but it was good for fixing wise. So today, yeah, I've got a Switch that has a W. I need to remind myself that that's not a 3. So I've got a W on there, which means I can just put it into a chassis, and I've walked away with a working tablet. So, I mean, that's a win. I've tested it as much as I really need to test it. So I'm just going to go for the reset on this and list it up on eBay. So if anybody's interested in a Nintendo Switch, then this will be up soon. Works on the docking station. I've tested everything. Not in the best of condition, but I'll take some nice pictures of it. And try and at least get that point across on eBay that it's not in the best of condition, because that's the important thing. Oh, yo! Yeah. Axonic, thank you very much for the gifted subscription. I appreciate that. A total of 2 gifted subs. Thank you. I need to rearrange the sub goal target because I set that when we were at like 1,250. So I need to reset that sub goal target, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys very much for the support. I appreciate it. Yo.
Breaker type is like the sensitivity of the brake. Like a Class D allows in-rush current, but a Type B will trip.
I don't know what in-rush current is. Class D will allow in-rush current. I have no idea. But Type B will trip. I might have to look into that. But thank you very much, AAB, for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Guys, thank you. 200 amp service is the norm in new builds. Wow. It's because of tech, right? Surely we should be moving, like the whole world should be moving towards that because of the amount of tech that people have now. You know? Surely we should all be moving towards that. But yeah. Guys, much love. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And I'll speak to you in the next one. All right. Cheers, chat. Thank you. Goodbye. Much love. Thank you.